Right, sharing session then. I've obviously been really lazy, so it's over to you. Do you want to start?
Sure, well, we kind of didn't really answer your question, sorry about that. We were just I
wanted to what do you want, but embedding literacy.
Yeah.
We've got lots of strategies going on in our school, but they don't seem to all, there's like lots of little voices as opposed to one big voice, and strategies that are consistent across the school.
So that's good. Is that kind of similar? Yeah, so literacy and numeracy, obviously, hopefully something you're interested in, or else you're going to be very bored. What I'll do is I'll take you through what we did at our school, and then hopefully you can take something from that. And I'm hoping that this is going to be more of a kind of discussion and question and answer. So I'll take you through this first, and then just be noting down any questions, and then we'll do it that way. Yeah? So, my name's Lisa, by the way. Hello. At Lisa Danash is on Twitter if you want to follow me. And what I'm presenting to you is an idea. It came from just wanting to reinvigorate Key Stage 3. So it was about the fact that Key Stage 3 is a little bit of a wasteland, and people are all doing their own thing, and sometimes we get forgotten about, and I hate that, because Key Stage 3 is so important. And leaving it as a wasteland means that we lose the kids, and by the time they get to year 11, we're sticking plasters on it, and there's no point. So the idea kind of came from that. I thought, hands up, who's got a smartphone? Why have you got a smartphone? Because it's brilliant. And I thought this idea of a smartphone, I mean, Steve Jobs is there thinking about, you know, the creation of the iPhone, and he's got an idea and he's got a vision. And what he did was he shared that vision with everybody that went into creating that smartphone. Now I see our kids as being that smartphone. Our kids are our product. And so why are we all working in our own little departments? Why are we not working together? And so, you know, you become very insular, don't you? In literacy and numeracy, it's the jobs of the maths teachers, or you might, you know, you get an observe, let's stick a bit of literacy in there. Just see me doing a bit of numeracy there, counting the lines of the poem. It's not. If you've got a level 7 child who's at level 7 in numeracy, you're asking that child to count the lines of the poem, you're doing something pretty pointless there, and everybody knows it, but you're doing it to tick boxes. So it came from that idea of we need to develop that whole child, we need to create that smart child, that brilliant product at the end, where they come into us and everybody works together, putting in their ideas, and then at the end of year 11, year 12, year 13, up to university, they really work, and they work really well, and you'll want one of them, okay? And so when I tried to think of my journey, or our school's journey, and about 3 years ago, I just scribbled down what I thought our school looked like. So it wasn't all bad. We were all doing a good job, but we were doing a good job in our own little way. And you can see there that literacy and numeracy, they ran through what we did in English and they ran through what we did in maths. But to be honest, we were actually teaching English and teaching maths. They might run through it, but we didn't quite understand exactly what it was that we needed to do with those pupils. So it was very fragmented, all running off in different directions. It wasn't a great place for the child. So if you think about that child there, what you're going to end up with is not a smartphone, but a box full of bits. It's not really working together. So that was about 3 years ago anyway. And this is probably where we are now. And the way that we got there was, me and a maths AS team became the Steve Jobs, if you like. We created a vision for what we wanted our curriculum to look like. And then luckily we had a very brave head. And the brave head said to us, yeah, do what you need to do. And so they took us off timetable for quite a while. And we worked together to create what we saw as being the perfect model. We got it, we knew what skills we needed to teach in maths, we knew what skills we needed to teach in English. We mapped it all the way from beginning of year 7 all the way to the end of Key Stage 3, really understanding what we wanted from that child, seeing at every level how we're going to develop them. Once we were confident, what we did was we then had key members from each department, and we worked with them individually to get what we wanted into theirs as well, but not just what we wanted. We weren't like saying, you know, this is what we wanted and you will do this. It was kind of, how is this going to work for you? Listening to what they already do, and then thinking about how we can fit that in. So we're creating the curriculum model bit by bit. It took a long time, and so we recreated the Key Stage 3 schemes with everybody having the same vision, everybody having working together. So that's what the school looks like right now. You can see it's not perfect though, can't you? It's, you know, some people get it more than others, some people are bigger. there's English and maths out there, driving force behind it, literacy and numeracy running through what they do. But if you have a look at there, they've actually got support in literacy and numeracy running through what they do. But really what we want is literacy and numeracy running across everything, or reading, writing, communication, maths running across everything. Another thing that we did as well was we created this resource, and the resources are for reading, writing, communication and maths. This is an example of one from the writing section, and we teach this explicitly in English. So we would teach the pupils how to use this to create an excellent piece of writing. And we've got them in their teacher planners, and the pupils have got them in their pupil planners as well. So in English, we teach that your genre, your audience, your purpose is at the heart of what you do, so that goes in the centre of your plan, you work out what that is, then you split up your planning around the outside, and so you understand each part of it, and then you create a fantastic piece of work. And that is used across the curriculum. And the geography case study, so I was following a group in English and in geography, comparing the work, and I compared the work from the last year as well, looking at English and geography. And the pupils before, and the teacher even said, we used to just say, crack on, get the work done. They were bothered about the content. You've understood the content of my subjects, therefore it's fine, but you might end up with, say they created a website. You end up with an amazing website created by one pupil, you end up with fairly decent, and you end up with one that's pretty crap. They've all got the content in, so the teacher gives all three of them the same grade. It doesn't really make sense. So the pupils then learn that actually in geography I don't have to create a brilliant piece of work. I'll just crack on and I'll just show you that I understand your content. And now the teacher's saying, actually, what I do is I say, open up on that page, we're writing to persuade, and the pupils are taking what they've learned in English and actually doing it in geography. So they're then creating brilliant pieces of writing. And the geography teacher can tell that that is a brilliant piece of writing, and they've also got resources to be able to assess how well that pupil's done in writing, not just in content. So that's something that's important, finding something that you can use all the way across the curriculum that the pupils can recognise in every subject makes sense. But like I said, it's not perfect, so I'm going to tell you where I hope that we're going. This is the mission. So it was nicknamed Manglish because it was maths and English working together, so it was Manglish. It's becoming a book now, so just basically I printed off the book to see where I was at. I thought I'd read it, but I didn't. And so the name's stuck, Manglish. And how this is going to work is it's much more of a way of working together to create a scheme of work that's not an English scheme of work, a maths scheme of work, a history, whatever. It's about us all coming together and saying, actually, this is a Key Stage 3 scheme of work instead. So as you're covering something in English, maths teachers will also be covering that similar topic. And it links to other subjects as well. So if that half term is about communication, then the PE teachers recognise that as well. The important thing that drives this is the Manglish map. So I've created these for, you've got it kind of a cross-section of one on your handout there. Yeah? There's two levels of them. You've got your higher and you've got your lower. And it's gold, silver, bronze, but basically it's going to be level 3, 4 and 5, level 6, 7 and 8, like that. And so it's differentiated 3 ways, and the teacher uses those to create the lessons. So you've got on there your, I think this is level 5, I can't remember exactly. I think one you've got level 5 there. And it's the criteria for meeting the level 5 reading, writing, communication, maths and PE on the end as well. So we're all going to be using this resource to plan our lessons, and the idea is that you start being able to see that the teacher gets upskilled as well, because they can see levels of literacy, they can see how writing is at a particular level. Like I said in that geography one where the pupil creates a piece of writing, the teacher can actually assess it using this. But they're able to actually spot opportunities where they might not have spotted it before. So, for example, this is being trialled at the minute in various different places. So I've got people, friends in different schools, trialling them for different subjects. And I've got a meeting with the head on Tuesday where hopefully she's going to let me trial it across the whole school and see whether it works before I write a book about it. So in PE, they've used this, I've asked them to use this to plan the lessons. So it's just a simple resource, use this, look at it when you're planning the lessons, think about 3 levels of differentiation in every lesson. And they came up with, I drew the little picture of Limber Bob there, and they came up with the idea that at the beginning of the lesson, that time in the changing room was wasted. So they just had these posters in the changing room, and the kids are reading the posters, and we had to put that into the first part of the lesson. They had to read it and we had to respond to it. So they used the Manglish map to create the resource. They also used it to create criteria for the kids as well, to say, you know, actually differentiation from race. The kids weren't using this, but they created something from that that kids could use. And yeah, so Limberbob, they read it, then they go into the lesson, they had to answer questions on it, and that actually led to them understanding what the workout was all about. And it's just an opportunity that might have been missed before, because they recognised that actually this is how to get reading skills in. Use this when I'm planning the lessons, and this is what's created. But it's about working together. It's about everybody recognising that that child is going from there to there to there to there, and we're all doing the same thing, and we're all developing the skills in the child as well. And that's my final. That's where I see us. Right? It's not everybody ganging up on progress. It's I was just scribbling. But the idea is that I know that progress is a dirty word because it's an Ofsted word, isn't it? But it's actually, we are trying to progress these pupils from the beginning of Key Stage 3 to the end. It's recognising where progress is being made, and it's everybody working together to make that progress. And so Key Stage 3 is not just a wasteland anymore. Key Stage 3 is actually really purposeful. We always look at Key Stage 4 to create plans as well, so thinking about what we need in the end and thinking about the world beyond that as well. But that's hopefully the end product. I hope that made sense. Over to you. So just maybe a couple of minutes discussion and then we'll see if we've got any questions. Yeah? And I'll finish my sandwich.
Trying to get this feeling that we're trying to get council to do it and trying to push everybody to do the same thing. When I was to go around it's really amazing stuff. You write some talking to each other and sharing things. I had to go sit in the RE, see it, and everything to tell me so I can take back to teaching. We have enough. It just feels every time we have a meeting, it's like on the agenda, this is set agenda, it's more than literally every time we see an episode, it's fed back to teachers. I don't think there's
it's hard to work, so my and it was like yeah, sometimes it's hard to get those people and then they get them
because I think that might work. Like I said, are really doing their own thing really, really well. As long as they're taking us to listen, we can do something completely different as long as they're doing the same thing. So I think that's more, rather than what we're trying to do and trying to get people to do the same thing, it's having that things where we're being as radical as you want, like Kelsey's doing, just doing our same thing. So I might
is the next step. Yeah, really. So, like, think about it. On Valentine's Day, nothing is required now for having like lipstick. Maybe them or everything. Everyone needs to get involved and they've got their lipstick, no matter how much of an add-on or how integrated it is. collaborate, and then go from that to having where all subjects actually know what's going on. Because I feel that we have if you can make it really great, but if you just choose one to help them, that way you can support them literally. Right, and then you go on with it. Yeah, rather than just doing one-off kind of like 2 hour insects on people do that, how they really work that there's a combined effort for the whole term. Yeah.
It's more of an invitation for able to go to
the actual creation of the curriculum. Should we all come back together and say we're all got the same question? Yeah. What that was not about all together.
Let's work out splits and stuff like that.
But it's got to be like intensive. And me, I can't overnight. I do. Like, but they're always like, but then they're not running because they're like, a lot of them what I do. We are like, spot the how they
doing a lot of coaching.
Yeah, we do. And it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't know how you. Whenever I go on the branch, I do coaching in one room. I am I've done it. That's the only way that I've done it. What's your subject? Oh, right. Maths. Not so much, but it's getting the sort of literacy. I sort of literacy and having keywords on the board or kind of sit down. Do you feel that it's just really teaching that yet. And it says in the and they use, so they do use things, they do connect their forms, they do their rubbish down, and they're really good, they give all of them forming, and then they write feedback to each other, so they've always got that reflective element and connecting what is learning between each lessons. So actually, I suppose there is a literacy, but actually, in a way, sometimes that's to the detriment, actually, it's always discussion, so I suppose, we have, but that's the best way that we can show progress is the same and reflect it, and you don't know how I just do it all the time, just say the music department. It's good. The more I use it, the more I just think that it's fantastic. It's really good. You're so enthusiastic what they've been learning. Because it's so immediate and they're used to doing. It's like Facebook chat, but because they feel like it is, that they're more likely to engage with it. Like I say, only a paragraph it would have been you can't take these away from bubbles and have a look at them. So this is like the Year 7 example scheme. I've only got one copy of each because, like I said, I just printed the book out. So that's the Year 7 example. sample scheme, we can see it starts with a big idea that everybody's covering, and the big idea has to be something, I mean, year 7 magic, you know, so in maths, they'll learn about magic maths, an idea that we've just come up with there. It's the next book. And then you've got kind of English maths crossover and linking to, and where it really kind of links in across the curriculum, so that's that. That was from the PE lesson. You can see how we've kind of differentiated it there. And the big idea, that's just kind of the overview of it. So you're welcome to have a look through these as you talk, and just the PE lesson itself there as well, so in detail. So you can't take these away, but you can have a look. So I'll just pass them
How
out.
long are the schemes of work?
What do you mean by
In
how
terms
long?
of, what would you expect them to run a topic for a half term, a term? Is it a whole year? Is it long term or?
Lessons may be better.
I'm looking to see how many numbers I've got. I have 6 numbers, so that means one every half term, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked in schools for some time now and I still don't know. So yeah, one every half term. I mean, you've got to capture the attention and keep it, haven't you? So I've got Magic, then I've got Big Brother, which sounds like it will be about TV. It's not. It's about George Orwell, it's about satire, it's about, and in maths it's about handling data, it's about presentation of data, it's about you know, like really understanding how the world works and Big Brother style, you know, so it's quite interesting. It's not just about skills, it is about skills. It's about getting that skill right across the curriculum, but it's actually about like real interesting content as well, so that you're not just saying, right, okay, this is Key Stage 3, I'm going to do the same thing I've done for years. You're actually giving them something that they go, you know what, the world out there is pretty damn interesting and I want to learn about it. So I'll pass that around if anyone wants to have a look anyway. Please.
How did you get over, you know, the fact sort of they're almost getting rid of that was just
Yeah.
And how much time have you done it with? How many
It will but also it fits work volunteer.
So when you wrote it out,
it should be sitting around the school so I can see how they're doing and how they did their so having it to meeting and maybe that French work for all of them. So the girls at play, I'll find out if it's working or not. It's not friendly work, but you know, it's always just something people love
No.
Yeah, it's a bit like we would do all that now I started but I've got back this year into it, never been very interesting. We actually do a whole bonding day thing this year. Like to wrap 5 years into the process of vegetation areas. There are different demographics. So good. Trying to get over meeting those people what they feel is yes, yeah. Do you want that word? You know you're rich. Yeah. Is that what you guys did as well? Yeah. Yes. I made a posh logo. Yeah, you have a posh logo. Yeah. It looks nice. Yeah. They feel like we've been talking about coming up with I think why very different. I think I'm in English. Yeah, really James Smith, he did it. subject.
Yeah, will do it.
Because what we're doing, so this is going to be stage 3. Yeah, we are probably at stage 4. Is it business management? Yeah, it's actually quite different to science displays. So,
It's just such a great idea.
yeah,
I find they really don't actually want to find out what they innovative they have. Not to actually have a conversation with the business teachers and see it. Well, they just started doing it. I went to their and then she carried out word to word the same thing. So I wanted to show the like the other side of the mother's doing to them. But what was good? Yeah, no, this is good. We can make it better. And they just but I don't want you to stop it. You can't do what else, but you can do it. Sorry, Rachel.
Right, yeah.